I.S.U.P.K, 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 the home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. I.S.U.P.K, 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 the home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. Year 2007 has gone. A leader was born. His name was Commander General YAHANNA. Year is on. New 7 has born. I took my oath, nigga. Nigga, I swore to I.S.U.P.K. It's the only fucking way. One West to the death until they bury me. And I see Alizé, big bottle of scotch. Want to fit with the block, and where we set up shop. I catch a body at camp. You front on Zaria. So hold your peace. When he speak, when he teach, before I reach for that peace and clear that street, I was never humble, always a beast. I let it fly for the most high, Yahweh, L Cool J, homie. I'm that type of guy, and for the heathen, I'm the only one standing. If it's you and I.S.U.P.K, 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 the home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. I.S.U.P.K, 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 the home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. I.S.U.P.K, 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 what? I.S.U.P.K, the home of the truth, nigga. Started out in one West, nigga. Yahweh Ben Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat Rock the third. Yo, man. Yo, get back to that 1969 I.S.U.P.K shit, man. I want to hear that 1969 I.S.U.P.K. We the children of God, Yashala, and we only pray to Almighty Yahweh and do the commandments like His Son Yahweh Shai. Don't think we soft, nigga. Yeah, you could die. We not Christian. We don't believe all as everybody. If it ain't about the 12 tribe, fuck everybody. And that's a statement. You need to stop hating. You can't prove we Africans, so stop debating. I was stuck in a hard place, a hard time behind a rock, thinking I was Muslim. So I seen the I.S.U.P.K, big homie to Zaria, battling Imam Bashir. I bet Bashir is a woman, that's the secret of the year. Your philosophies can't clap back. Africa don't mean you black. Tell Sinetta that. Tell Polite to cross the fucking line and fall the fuck back. You hear me, nigga? I'm with some real niggas at the Passover, nigga, drinking liquor. I.S.U.P.K. What? It's 613 commandments, nigga, and you can't do 10, my nigga. Matter of fact, you can't do 1, my nigga. Let's see if you can stop eating pork. I see that pork juice running down your fork. Talk about you blessed in the streets of New York. I see that tight Christian 3-piece suit that you bought. When you gonna rock that? When you go to court? Maybe Sunday, better get Easter. I blast at you masters. Knowledge reigns supreme over all you teachers. Pedophile supporters, cool rigor mortis. Your niggas out of order. When Christ returns, you hear the scream in the chorus. Now breathe.
Revelations 6 and 17. For the great day of His wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
discuss the society that we live in, man. And we gotta separate from the society. We gotta separate. How long does the white man have to murder and kill for you to realize he's a goddamn devil? How long does he have to murder and rape and arrest and shoot unlawfully for you to realize this white man is a goddamn beast?
All he does is rape, murder, steal, and plunder. You understand that? And as a result, they destroyed our people. And as a result, our people are running around with the goddamn Wu-Tang Clan because there's a Jewish imposter on the planet. When you take away a man's identity, you can replace it with anything. That's why we're in every religion.
And what I'm telling you, what I have to teach you, every race does it automatically. You don't have to teach Asians to join themselves. You don't have to teach East Indians to join themselves. You don't have to teach Arabs. When them Africans come over here from Africa, you don't have to teach them that. You don't have to teach the Vietnamese. You have to teach us. You have to teach us.
Sharp. Now wood. Come on, LES. Everybody want to be in my face. Crazy. They want to be in my face, Jones, man. LES. My whole bid was surrounded by years, months, days, hours, and minutes. Now that the bid is finished, brothers wanna meet me at the line of scrimmage. Like this is football. Course I ball, I put my foot in y'all. Y'all could go and kick rock. Should've known when I come home, I'll be hotter than a melting pot. I'm focused. Didn't set it out, know what the hell I'm pursuing, know what the hell I am doing. I told you dudes, I read New York like Patrick Ewing. You catch it like the up north flick. If you own the team like Isaiah Thomas, why the hell you in New York selling the Knicks? You don't understand my problems, and I see you're not gonna help me to solve them. I guess I'm all alone, just me and my money and my microphone, huh? Just me and my microphone. When you wide of sight, you wide of mind. Brothers on the streets, contain the crime. They don't even keep you inside their mind. Cause when you wide of sight, you wide of mind. When you wide of sight, you wide of mind. Brothers on the street, contain the crime. They don't even keep you inside their mind. Cause when you wide of sight, homie, you wide of mind. You know who I am, the next $1 million man. Why you wanna shit on me? Don't wanna set it out for me. It's all good, I'm back in the hood, doing things I should. 2 years locked up, and your brother still tripping wood. What's the meaning? More parole, a brother scheming. Triple beam, infrared beam, stroke beaming to your face. Your brothers is dreaming. Holla at you, kid. Stuff I done did. Y'all dudes and ruin the stuff I done did. I'm the reason why dudes are getting deals in the lower east. This is my house. Trying to take your dudes off the lease. How your dudes are putting mixtapes out without shouting out me. B. Jones, me, myself, and my money and my microphone. And my microphone, when you wide of sight, you wide of mind. Brothers on the street, continue to grind. They don't even keep you inside their mind. Cause when you wide of sight, you wide of mind. When you wide of sight, you wide of mind.
Real 215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't play for keys, my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet. Real 215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't play for keys, my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet. Left the 203, went to 646, it was 347, we was in that bitch. Since 69, we been making hits. Since pissy mattresses was making flips. A gourmet dishes, cereal and grits. Empty wallet feeding 50 kids. It's fucked up, but that's how we live.
Fucked up, but that's how we live.
With a millionaires, they could build Goshen. Always been fluid like I'm from the ocean. potent. I'm always serious, I ain't never joking, not puffed up, but I'm very potent. I'm in your city with the rule boys, so you think it's tough? Really true toys, it ain't Bible talk, ain't in the mood for it. And I bully bullies, you better run for it. 215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't click or keep my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet. 215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't click or keep my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet.
Okay, so I wake up in Philly, homie out in Guatemala, other homie in the prison, man, it's all about $1. Hit my homie in Chicago or my man in Nicaragua, take a trip out to Jamaica or UK, them bitches holla. I'm okay out in LA cause I can speak that guala guala. Go to Florida for a day, hit New York for about an hour, catch me out in Wilmington or in Northwood, Kawagaball, DC, Baltimore, it's all about $1. I get tickets everywhere, so in VA I need a driver. Got my shorty out in Camden, cook lasagna with ricotta. Got LeBron out in Detroit, THAWADAH in Carolina. You know grinding is the point, but it's not about designer. I be styling on the joint. The Chronicles of a Prophet. I need something out of Texas. Hey, YAHANNA, I know we got it. Yo, let's get this shit on film. Sabala want get the camera. Let me make one call to Kapasha on Indiana.
215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't play for keeps my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet. 215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't play for keeps my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet. My bitch phone, oh, and keep her mouth closed. Let she talk to me, she don't like to speak. She wear modest clothes and ain't bother with hoes, plus she ride the dick till it fall asleep. You online talking like you're harming me, but in person fabricating harmony. Like Shalom, Yashara, Yehuda, Aki, I'd have had respect if you tried to don't get me wrong, I'm all for brotherhood, and it's mainly cause on my brother's hood. But if it's all bad, don't pretend we good, cause if you write you will, then I wish you would. I don't ask for beef, but I am seasoned, nigga.
Whoa, why you tripping?
Don't need a reason, nigga.
You really love that Bible.
Live and breathe it, nigga.
Look, he cool, but he gay.
I wanna meet them, nigga.
Yeah.
215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't play for keeps my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet. 215 973, I'm good at any area code where I be. You ain't gaming right if you don't play for keeps my bitch phone. Oh, and she like the sweet.
Crazy. I don't want to put the attitude.
Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. They keep it real when niggas, man, most of y'all frauds. Lead like you frauds. Y'all pussy niggas gon' ride for your dog. Bite at your man and put the dagger right in his heart. I'm playing my part. Definitely I'm playing it smart. And if I don't get you, then I'm coming for your brother then. Or his mother then. It's kinda crazy revenge settling. Rape, sold, and murdered the natives when they was settling in. Coming in out of the water that they was fishing in. I was raised in hell. It got dark when I was pedaling. White man harassing the block when we was pedaling. White man who also was the plug when we was pedaling. I would never fraud if I was on David Letterman. This is UPK and I'm chopping Shabazz. When the Christ come back, I'm gonna ride on your ass. Got the Johnny Walker in me and I'm all in my bag. I'm on my Friday the 13th with the gun and the mask. Ah, who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night.
Hey yo, the Carbonaccio, fucking doing crazy like they destined on the Flacco. Righteous on the block though, the beat I catch a ride, but I always miss my stop though. Beefing with my shorty till I stuck it in the taco. Who's that creeping through my window? I ain't with the complications, I'ma keep it simple. Burn all black, black dicky to the tempo. You gon' find exactly what you looking for in limbo. We gon' get it in though. Experience I live from 2036. I see my brother when it's been done. Every day I think about the trouble that I slid from. That's why I call a white man the devil, cause he is one. That's not a motherfucker. I think we should just forgive. That act right gave a nigga reason to live. Give you extra if you take it back or you renege. See him creeping no Newport, I squeeze the cig.
Who's that peeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Who's that peeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night.
Where's the competition? I'm bored with it. Stepping up a board mission. I keep 2 fours with him. Don't feel like a forward hitter. This piece I'm adored with it, but you can get gored with it. You don't want to war with him. This hammer, I'm Thor with it. You pray for my downfall, I just pray that the Lord with him. Taking every shot and I'm keeping the score with him. But this ain't a game. Ain't no back and forth with him. So quick, I'm just to kill. You can tell how that forfeit him. If this ain't in him, that beef is takeout. That means it's just steak dinner. I grip the stick, hit the switch and make you switch gender. That stretch 5 is too much, I make you switch center. That pressure on you, call for God, you a chain sinner. A warlord, don't show no pain, just put that pain in her. A pillar in the shit, you know it ain't no change in her. It's legit if you see it and my name in it. It's UPK, nigga. Let's get it.
Who's that peeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night.
Yo, spit your first, yo.
I said, boom, shaka, laka, laka, waka, waka, chaka, haka. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man. The EP, I.S.U.P.K. Philly, EP coming out soon, man.
Yo, man, listen, right? I was just running up on the car and I got ran up on. Good night. Literally, man. I said I was just running up on the car and I literally got ran up on. Like, goddamn. They make some profile, I'll be like a boss.
Okay, don't forget it. One West, I'm living there. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Living unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. I.S.U.P.K, don't forget it. One West, I'm living there. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Living unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. Who I be? Crime about, never soft. Break these bitches off. Get one through your stomach, through your damn meal figure. One West, nothing but soldiers and real niggas. Let my ox get ya. Kiss the motherfucking booster plate, nice picture. If you ain't an Israelite, then I don't fuck with you. Passing flyer through the bar, baby, you can take a picture. When they see us at the mall and we break it down, see, do it for the 12 tribe blood of an Israelite. When them devils start to die, we gon' ride, slash by the most high, we gon' break the sky. When them white babies run, throw them off in the fire. Bury me a motherfucking piece when I die. U.P.K. One West, you don't have to lie. Fuck the other side, we don't fuck with you, kind. Pop, get the order and we gon' take one. U.P.K, don't forget it. One West, I'm living there. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Living unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. U.P.K, don't forget it. One West, I'm living there. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Living unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah.
flawed. This don't have to be our life. This life been given to us by them low-life niggas you call black leaders.
One West, UPK, 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 UPK. One West, motherfucking UPK, 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 UPK. Warfare every motherfucking day. UPK, 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 UPK. One West, motherfucking UPK, 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 UPK. Warfare every motherfucking day.
I don't fuck with the fake, never been on a date. But these niggas so gay, I don't eat food cake. All I eat is steak, chicken and grapes. Run like an 8, don't need no weights. UPK bitch at the bar, ayy. Get a bitch wetter than a lake, ayy. Open my eye, catch a case. I'll break a bitch nigga face, ayy. One West the only way, ayy. All eyes on UPK, ayy. Take round, ayy. Fuck what they say, now we don't play. Chopper my spray, beat him with the blade. Now the nigga on the fucking page. Sit sideways, ayy. We no gon' drop like this. Like one dead bitch, hot like this. UPK hit the fucking block like this. That's what the Lord can't stop this shit. Those ain't no bitch up in sight. All my niggas prepared to die. World War III, word on fire. Waiting on the Lord to crack the sky. In them chairs swing that. Women nothing but them UPK sad one West.
UPK, 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 UPK. One West, motherfucking UPK, 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 UPK. Warfare every motherfucking day. UPK, 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 UPK. One West, motherfucking UPK, 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 UPK. Warfare every motherfucking day. I'm gonna set your shit off, I'm a black man. Slap deep, but I get my foot the back end. You better hope that I don't get orders from captains to take ground, bitch. I'm ready for action. You already know what I got to say. If you ain't UPK, put you in the goddamn way. I was born in a letter field at a battlefield. I'll be ready for this war shit every day. World War III, would you hurry up, please? So I can put my enemies on their knees and make them beg me, but no mercy from me. You didn't get love to the birds and the bees and the trees. But what the fuck do you mean? The only way we can have peace is to hear you scream. Priests and the prophets of the king. The stories of the book of the black God is the time I make the sweet dream. I think I was shot, my Mashiach, the king of all kings, ruler of all things. Elders will be great. Destruction of Babylon, destroying everything. With 200 beams on a whole other level you ain't never seen. Woman, UPK team, 144, you know what I mean. One West, nigga.
West, UPK.
So-called Christian pastors and deacons, that's why your churches is failing. Because you've been lying. Oh, here's why it's going after truth. That's all. Read that again. What? Agreement. Hey, the temple of God and the idols. What agreement is there in the temple of the Bible? We're ready to false
UPK, UPK.
What agreement is the Bible in the temple has to do with the day of Christmas? Anything else? What is that agreement at? How do they even make sense to come together? That's right. But we follow the custom like it's a God given a high holy day. Where's the agreement on that? Right. The elves with the Bible. Right. The Keebler elves. Right. And then you got the kids making cookies for Santa Claus. You know what you're doing? You are cooking, you're making a burnt offering to a damn idol. Right. You damn heathen. Following damn heathen ways. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the special people of the Lord. That's right. Stop following these heathen customs. That's right. And why hasn't your pastor, who has the Bible in the church, why hasn't he showed you this? Because the world does not want it to be revealed that black people
motherfucking truth, never lose. That's one West, nigga, I don't know you. Got this shit, then come to the school. Bitch ass nigga better move. Got a fucking job to do. Tryna raise up all the Jews, all the tribes. Keep with the truth for God. True flat nigga never lie. Stop. When you see the misses in the sky, one West, UPK for the other side. I was at the church on fire. Align to the children of God. Bitch ass niggas you proud. Probably on a check right now. Taking your check right now. Probably having sex with your wives. UPK don't fuck with your kind. Bitch ass nigga take crime. Home of the motherfucking truth. Home of the motherfucking truth. Home of the motherfucking truth. UPK 1 West. Home of the motherfucking truth. Home of the motherfucking
Shalom. Shalom. Yahweh Brakatah. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Jamaica. Started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Welcome to our Wednesday, Sunday Eve afternoon scripture breakdown. All right, today, all right, a very interesting topic to look at today. Right, so today we look at the predators in Jamaica. All right, Yahweh Brakatah to the brothers, Yahweh Shema Alatan Basham Yahweh to the sisters. We're looking at Jamaica's predators. They are really the cause of the crime and violence. And what kind of predator we're talking about now? I know for the Christian-minded person, now you think we're talking about those who are actually holding the gun on the streets, doing the committing the acts that you are seeing now. But really and truly, that act, those acts that you see those young men doing, you know, they are the ones pulling the jailhouse. But the ones that are really pushing these men to commit these acts are the ones who you don't see. You don't turn. You're not looking in their direction. But Jamaica have a whole ton load of predators. When it comes to business, yeah, man, everybody want to come to Jamaica and suck out what they can get out of Jamaica. And they are the ones that are really holding this place hostage in some way. Yeah, those who are benefiting from those companies now are going to say, man, you don't know what you're talking about, man. These companies are earning money and paying people. Yeah, that's the point. They're earning too much to the point that they are sucking the economy. It's just like the what they call them business there again? Those business were slot machines and gambling places there. A lot of them have to close down. Why? What they call the gambling houses them there again? Like Acropolis and them other place. There's a name that they were looking for, and the churches were one of them, the first ones to start speak against them. Say, no, they should not get licensed to operate in Jamaica. What's the word they call them again?
Casinos.
Casino, right.
God.
Those casinos, they are the ones who, well, the church used to demonstrate against them. Well, you know, after a while they give in. That would have been the most righteous move they have ever made. And a lot of those casinos now have to close down. Why? Because they suck the economy. No more money in the people's pocket to suck. People at first believe that these casinos was coming to enrich them. These people who own these casinos and doing business as business, they do these for enriching themselves. And if you notice, a lot of these slot machines, they just say for amusement purposes only. So really and truly, when I go and play them, you should really just expect to be amused and not to be enriched. But really and truly, these have pulled from our economy. That is one. I don't know if there is any one company now that you can point onto and say that is the biggest predator in Jamaica. No, I still. I know there was a time when cable and wireless, or if you want to say flow, was the biggest most profitable company operating in Jamaica. I know. I think it was when they were cable and wireless. They are the first company to make a $1 billion Jamaican dollar profit. That time Jamaican dollar was strong. It was about, I don't remember if it did reach $20 per $20 to the US dollar. Maybe if it had reached there. What is this? This is fixed this. Right. So Flow Jamaica outperforms other C&W Caribbean operations. What year was this report? This was 2021, last year, November last year. A report, this was in the Jamaica Observer, where Flow Jamaica was the more profitable Caribbean in the whole flow business. With the pandemic continuing to change how the world operates, Flow Jamaica has continued to reap the fruits of its labor as it earned $279.3 million, which is 44.6 billion Jamaican dollar in revenue for the 9 months, and added more than 100,000 customers in the last year. for its non-mobile business, which is fixed line and internet. So Flow is one of the business there. Flow, I know Flow. I know Flow Cable and Wireless was it's a British company, so you have it in England too, maybe under a different name. But the whole group come under one body, but a parent body the name again. Let's see if we can find it. One in for the Caribbean, then go one Liberty Latin America. So they make a 1.1 billion revenue, and it is only 23% of. I'm read what this says. This performance is 7% higher than the 2020 comparison, and well ahead of the 287.6 million US for the same period in 2019. Flow Jamaica made up 8% of Liberty Latin America. So Liberty Latin America is a $1.1 billion revenue company, and 23% of Cable and Wireless Caribbean, and networks 434 million revenue for the third quarter. LLA earned US 170 million in profit attributable to owners compared to a loss of US 658 million in the prior 9 months. All right, so them lose a lot of money. That money was lost mainly through the people start knock these company now with it's just the telephone wires they run on the post. The poles is copper, It's copper in them black wire, that black casing that you see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking?
Cancer, yeah man. The telephone
Right.
wire them.
Real copper.
Inside.
Yeah man, real copper. So what they do now, they cut down miles of these wires and melt off the plastic coating to get the copper inside.
Right.
They do that in Jamaica, That is one of the main things that the company is losing out on. So they have to now go and buy back these trunk cables and replace them. And guess, no, we in Jamaica here now, if you find a piece of that wire, what you normally do? You throw it in the fire. The plastic part burn up, and we don't know what happened to the copper. But persons from China come down to Jamaica and teach these men how to melt the plastic part and how to melt it off and retrieve the copper wire out of it.
Yeah.
The Chinese are bandul,
Right.
Come back to what we always say. All them criminal activities that's happening in Jamaica is them other race teach them. So those miles of cable and wireless wires that they lose each year. Watch this. A company, LLA earned US 170 million in profit attributable to owners compared to a loss of 658 million in the prior 9 months. So them lose 600 million, but they come out with 100 million profit. Flow Jamaica is 92% owned by Cable and Wireless. All right. Now, is it this loss that you're now seeing? That heavy still, 600 million, they're losing more than they're making. But overall, the company is still profitable. But you see that last day that they make it now, in the days when they were and Flow wasn't losing these kind of money. Flow, that time we did name Cable and Wireless. Still owned by a company by I think it is the same Cable and Wireless in England. So it's a British company. What happened was Flow Caribbean or Cable and Wireless Caribbean used to make up just 20% of the total Flow businesses across the world. The total Cable and Wireless business across the world. Now, because of England's restriction, in England, in Europe, they restrict these companies' profit, So in England, they have laws that prevent these companies from pulling too much out of the economy from people. So they can only charge a certain amount. The profit margin have to be within a certain range. They have to pay good money to their workers and so on and so forth. Give them benefits and all that. In the Caribbean, it wasn't like that. So you find that Flow total business, 20% used to be from the Caribbean. However, 80% of Flow's profit used to come from the Caribbean. So what we used to see was 80% of a business, 80% of the profit of the business coming from 20% of its revenue. I understand. So let's say it's $1 billion, $1 billion US company, right? 20% of 1 billion US would be what? 200 million.
200 million, answer.
Right. So that 200 million was 20% of the business, the general business. And this was would have been the amount that was in the Caribbean. That 200 million spent throughout Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, anywhere in the Caribbean where you had cable and wireless. So 80% of the business was concentrated in Europe. And that 80% would have been, for argument's sake, 800 million. However, the profit that they make in the company, 80% of that profit came from the 200 million of the revenue. So they were actually making way more money in the Caribbean than they could make in Europe. So over time, these things suck the country's economy. So some little thing happen now is the last year in the Caribbean grew 600 million. Damn.
God.
Due to the continued need for mobile service, Flow's mobile subscriber base is up by so and so. All right, I don't need to read that part. So the point I'm making out, they were one of the predator companies in Jamaica. And next ones you had were the banks. All right, so we can find one thing there for the bank. All right, one of the bank, Scotia. Scotia became one of the first banks who was making a lot of money from fees. Right? All right, this news now says, all right, Sunday, June 5th. This look like a today thing. Let me see if it was written before today. All right, this I can read this one. Scotia Group Jamaica is reporting a net income of 8.8 billion Jamaican dollars for its fiscal year ending October 2021. So yeah, this year news. So till then do the audit report and everything, they realize, okay, we had a net income of 8.4 billion Jamaican dollars. But that was down from the 9 billion in the year before. And we know that the pandemic would have knocked it down. The earnings reduction was due to a one-time restructuring cost, COVID-19 restrictions, and tempered demand for loans during the fourth quarter ending October 34th. So they had less loan. All right. Net income for the quarter ending October 2021 total 1.4 billion, down from 3.4 billion. So it's in the latter part of last year they start. Well, you wouldn't say lose money, but their revenue fell.
Yeah.
America here they use the term lose money. When a company lose money, this is money that they would have made, and then it leave their coffers, not by paying salary and the regular things that they would have done, but by some means which should not have happened. So you say the company lose money. But if your revenue fall,
lose money that they could have made, but not lose money that they already have.
right? So the money that they could have made, that is when your revenue fall.
Okay.
So you're not call that a lose money. You didn't come in.
Okay.
All right. Despite the one-off restructuring charge, Scotia Group Jamaica President and CEO Audrey Tugwell Henry. Audrey Tugwell and them CEO now. Really? Okay. Said the company delivered a commendable performance. That is true. Them going good through the pandemic. The 2021 result incorporated a one-time restructuring charge to support our business transformation. All right, but I really look for one see the breakdown of the profits. What the amount will them make from just charging you fees? Just fees. Operating expense amounted that for the year and affected that increase. All right. So one of the things was that their operational expense increase, probably because of the COVID again, because they have to get more security of persons to wipe down the bank as one after each customer come to a table, the counter and all and things. All right. Show me what you get from fees now. Toggle any noted a shift in the performance, for instance. At the end of the fiscal year, 94% of total commercial payments were done via online channels. So that means them get a lot of money from fees.
Online.
Yeah, because when you use your bank card and you go and shop with your bank card, you know, there's a charge. And there's a tax to that charge as well. Let me see if they include that. I remember 1 year they had made, same Scotia, had made 200 million US just from fees.
200 million US from fees.
Yes. Just by charging fees to operate.
Right.
And then it's like the other banks say, well, we need to get on board, man. So everybody charging fees. No. All right, I don't see that part. I wanted that part from it. Scotiabank reports 5.6 billion profit at 9 months. Now, if I'm in Jamaica with making $100 million Jamaican dollar profit, trust me, I still, even though that would still be a small business, but that would be a big business for us.
Right, done.
Here in Jamaica. All right, let me see if we can change this and find Scotia fees, profit from fees. This is not showing me that. But the banks turn out to be one of the predators in Jamaica as well. Their actions, and what we call these business predator is that their actions are predatory. How you would call a business action predatory now? They come, they make big money without any concern for the host that they are making the money from. It's just like when a hunter goes in the field, you know, the predator animals, and they hunt a prey. You think they look and see if you think they care of the prey that they are chasing to eat? You think they care if you have a family? Or
Right.
care if him you know, well loved by his family and well loved by its society or whatever. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
What they're concerned about is getting their fill.
Right.
And you have business within Jamaica that behaves the same way. Banks are one. What was the other one? The banks, the telephone companies, they were one. The other one was also the all-inclusive hotels.
Okay.
Right. The all-inclusive. The banks, the all-inclusive. I notice we talk about Scotia, but Scotia is just one bank that operates in Jamaica. There's Scotia, there's NTV, there's Sagicor, there's JMMB, there is JN Bank, there is another one in name again, CIBC. Several banks operate, and they all do the same thing.
Okay.
Now, this now becomes a cause for concern. For instance, now the all-inclusive. Take for instance, the all-inclusive. All-inclusive tourists come, they scout out the market, find the tourists. Tourists has always been coming to Jamaica. Somebody was calling. Tourists have always been coming to Jamaica. All-inclusive now, them locking the tourists. The food that they feed the tourists is really imported. Few of their supplies come from Jamaica, right? Maybe majority of them labor might come from Jamaica, but there is no trickle down. There is nothing I can say I'm supplying the hotel with. If they buy like ground provision and so, it from a farmer, the price is oftentimes, just some, it's very competitive prices they buy at. In the case of the banks, they lend money to select clients, charge fees from every single body who have an account. And what do they put back into the economy? Not much. Right. Same thing with the telephone company. So these companies pull from your economy yearly, billions of dollars. And the worst part, a lot of them monies are not stored in the island, it's taken abroad. So all these monies that should have been circulated within the country so that your citizens can grow, it's not there, right? Cable and wireless keep their employees within a certain range. The salary is not as big as one time. The engine, if you notice them, when you call them with a complaint, you might get somebody in India trying to solve a problem here. Probably, right? Probably. They're calling me Shirley. But the thing is, they pull, and there are other companies too. This them same Chinese, what the Chinese do now, they come within your space directly now. And they are doing the cleaning up. And Chinese are now moving away from foods, having a supermarket or something like that. They look like they're going in gas station now too. So the thing is, they are operating in your space. And this was the thing that I admire about our laws, Israelite law. Our laws protect each tribe's, in the law it says inheritance, but talking like today, you would say it protects the generational wealth within each tribe. There's no such protection within Esau's world for us. None. And this is not new. This is from Bible. And this is how I can say how people are going to tell me about Bible outdated, when the same thing that is recorded in the Bible is still happening today. Right. From you making the same mistake, it can be outdated. Right? Give me Ezekiel. Should I start with the question? All right, Ezekiel 34, 28 to 31.
Gun the one gun. One gun. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34 and verse 18.
28.
28, so lock here. Verse 28. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen. Neither shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid.
They shall no more be a prey to the heathen. And this is what. So how does this now in the book of Ezekiel? Ezekiel of something BC. Right? So this is why now when our children watch TV, you know, and then you have one cartoon that thing named BC. And these shows that tell you now BC, and they show you when they talk about BC period now, they talk about Stone Age and so on and so forth. So you get the impression that there were no cities, no commerce, no civilization. But here, Ezekiel is saying, they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them. Isn't that what is happening? Isn't that what these companies are doing? How does this relate to UP and I-Light bill? JPS was another one too, who is a predator.
Major one, gone.
The major one.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
You probably can call them the major one, yes, because they touch everybody more than the banks.
Right.
More than, well, them and the phone company. Yeah. They touch everybody. JPS now, that is the name of our electrical power supply company. Right,
Yeah,
they supply power.
they have complete monopoly.
Right, they supply power right across the island. Complete monopoly. No competition. So whatever they bill you, you can switch to another company.
Right.
So how does Ezekiel 34 and 28 relates to you getting a high light bill? And Ezekiel was written from something BC. And it is still true today. These companies are predator unto you. And these companies are not owned by you and you are your people. It's owned by other nations. And they make your life a living hell. Just as I was talking about cable and wireless earlier, certain business practices that cable and wireless do in the Caribbean, they cannot do it in the UK. They cannot do it nowhere in Europe. Because in Europe, they are governed. In the Caribbean region here, the sky is the limit. They can do you anything in the Caribbean here and get away with it. And there is no
repercussion.
Our government set up what you call a customer. What do you call it again? That you used to could call and complain. It used to be a customer complaint section for the government.
Hotline.
There's a name. What was its name again? The customer complaint. Like for instance, you have some miss or bad angling from one of these companies. You could call them and ask them to look into your case. No man. It's run by the government. OUR, Office of Utilities Regulation.
Okay.
OUR. Now, they've set up OUR. No, this is how much our government is a contributor to us being a prey now. They set up OUR, Office of Utilities Regulation, that is supposed to regulate these companies and their operations within Jamaica. But here what them do with OUR now, they extract OUR teeth. So imagine you have a dog, but people fear them. And then you know go and extract that dog teeth. You can't bite. That's what they did with OUR. So you could complain a little more to how you are. You get one lady. Yes. Mm-hmm. But that make sure you put one Christian lady there. You know. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's true. So you pay your light bill? Miss, them are thief, man. But you know that if you don't pay it, it's going to be disconnected, you know. And they have the right to disconnect you if you don't pay them. But miss, the point is them are thief, we need somebody looking at it. Yeah, but you have to pay it, and then if anything you do a background, you do a check. All right, I'm making a complaint. Can you look into it? We'll look into it. You never get a call back from them.
No interest, clan.
Huh?
No interest.
They don't have no interest in. The teeth have been extracted. They don't have no teeth. No bites. Can't do anything. These companies, just like the scripture said, they are predators unto you. So we believe that, you know, is the cops killing our people in the States or in Jamaica or anywhere in the Caribbean. That is the hunting, or that is the Eden being a prey on us. No, man. You paying your light bill, you paying your telephone bill, you pay bills, you are a prey too. Because you are paying more than you should actually be paying.
Right.
There's no regulation on these companies. And every year they come and they suck and them suck. And then the government wants to tell you about crime is on the increase. Then crime must increase. Crime must increase, you know. Because these monies that you should be paying out to people so that your people now can have some money to invest in your economy. These companies gone with it. So there is no investment there now for persons who could not get a job in, say, with any one of these organizations. But, you know, they could get a job with a local company, a local store, a local bar, a local whatever kind of facility. But there's no one to invest that. So what they do now, the Chinese come in and fill that area because the Chinese can get some money. The Chinese can get some money from their government. The Chinese can get some money from their government to come and invest in the next country. So we give way to predatory behavior.
Right.
All right. That's it. 28 to 31. All right. 29.
Another one can, verse 29. And I will raise up for them a plant of renown, and they shall be no more consumed with hunger in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen anymore.
So from the time of Ezekiel, the Most High know that these nations' behavior towards us is making us hungry. Yeah. It's making us hungry. And he has set a way to redeem us. But you know, it's just we and our hard-headedness from when BC until 2000 and odd years after Christ. And we're still in the same hard-headed behavior. We have to be paying high bills, we have to pay high costs for food, fuel, not to mention that, you know, they get the fuel from the resource from the earth for free. And look at them. Every one of these companies are billionaire companies. Every one of them. So do they need to be? And where are those billions going? We don't even know. Going in mega yachts and super yachts and sending rockets to the moon and all them things. And not feeding the poor.
Right.
Yeah. Read on.
Another one gone, verse 30. Thus shall they know that I, the Lord their God, am with them, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, saith the Lord God.
Right. So, you know, even the man who is not a weeded or a cooked, you know, the man who you see on the street, and you can see that, you know, life really having a nice, well, let's say this, life just take him make a punching bag. You know, when you go on a punching bag and you throw some fish on it, and the punch bag cannot throw back no fish. Yeah. Many of our people, this is all. You see them, you know, life just take them like a punching bag. But they are not the only one that is feeling the brunt of the system. Even the man who is working, even the man who works feel it too, you know. But because he works, at least he gets some money to now and again appease the problems that he have.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why our law now encourages us to share amongst each other. So that, you know, the man who the life is having as a punching bag, rather than you look at him and say, oh, watch him. Maybe just worthless. You know, those excuses that they often come up with because they don't want to share. It's just worthless.
I'm putting the blame on us as a people to say, oh, why we need our mentality need to change. Black people this, black people
yeah,
that.
Black people this and black people that. You know, those of us who have become successful amongst our people, and we look back on the others and we have the worst thing to say about them.
Okay.
But they are feeling it too. But they want to put the best face forward now by befriending the oppressor and belittling their people, which is the wrong way to go about it. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That is what they do. And that is terribly wrong. One more verse from that.
Gone, verse 31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are many, and I am your God, saith the Lord God.
Yeah, so black man, Hispanic man, Native American Indian man, Native American Indian, the men of these nations, the Israelite man, is you are the flock, you are the one who the most high. When he numbers his flock, you are the ones he count how much men, the male in the flock.
Right.
So this is why you have this target against black male, you know.
Right.
Because they want to destroy the flock of the Most High. So they have the most things. You have the gay men targeting straight black men. These predator business, you know, is mostly women they employ now. So they're putting the money in the hands of the women.
God.
More reason than one why they do it, because they can pay the woman less than they would pay you.
God.
And two, they are empowering these women to destroy you because she working and you not working. You know, those women are not in the truth, so they do not know how to humble themselves. So they have the worst kind of things to say. What? Your car want gas and you go to them, that woman in the world. They might give you one time, you know, but if you must give you once too much, it's a problem that you don't have the most thing to say against you.
God. So look here, sir.
Yeah, right now.
The mindset of our women today is if them have to be giving a man money, they might yam it.
All right. Yeah. The woman who thinks that she has to maintain a man in a certain way.
God. And their friends will call them yamed and look down upon them and call them, you know what I mean, fools and idiots. Yeah. They are deliberately selfish against a man. Lock you.
Oh, they don't mind no man.
Gone.
If they have to give you something, you know, mind them, mind them. And men have been maintaining women financially for ages.
Right.
Yeah, yes, this. What's the question?
A question, sir, on the point that you're making, sir. In times past, you have noticed that a lot of the top positions in the organization are headed by men.
Right.
And as time progresses, one of the observations I've made is that you may have one person in an organization that is at the top, that's a male, but everybody else who answers to him are female.
A female, right.
So you find that when the men would have been in the system and be defiant or stand up for our people, stand up for our people, that by design they get rid of them. So you find that the women in the organization
and become yes men or yes women. It's by design. Right?
Concern. Yeah. I don't understand that this whole idea of empowerment of women and all of that. Now we're seeing it, of course, coming out together. It is by design.
Right. So how can you empower the women and not empower the men? That means you are setting up the society for a total fail. And you know where it started? Right in the universities. Right in the universities. UTEC, two major departments, UTEC. Commerce is heavily female, right? Engineering department was heavily male. When I check the failure rate in the two departments, engineer was failing the men at probably higher than 50%. After first year, you have whole classes that wipe out. When they reach third year, a class will begin at third year, and when they reach third year, 10. And they didn't fall out because of financial anything. They fell out because they were forced out. They failed them. Or they failed you. They did not teach you properly. I remember it was either the council meeting or academic board meeting. One of the head of section said to me, you know that these men, they can't sue the school. So really? So, yeah. But why do you think they did not want to do that? When the students even find out that they can't sue them, they not come forward to sue them because they're embarrassed. Become embarrassed. Many of them, you know, first one within their community to go to a university. So they feel out. Then just have to go just look at job. They can't even go back home and go sit down, you know. They can't go back home and sit down, look like whatever. They have to just go and look at job. So out of embarrassment, they don't come forward with, say, a class action suit. But only to find out that some of those who were within the department, running the department, wasn't even for educationally qualified.
Qualified, right.
To be at the position that they're in.
Right.
But the building department now took on a different turn. I said, nah, we're not feeling out our students. So it's when me hear them in the building say they're not, say, what? So you mean the system can actually design to feel out the student? They say, of course.
Slakia, sir. It seems like education is being held over our heads like as a bar, but in reality, that is not really the requirement. You understand? It's just the bar that we have to try achieve, which fail us anyway. You know what I mean? If we don't reach the bar, we get, you know what I mean, rejected by the system. You understand? But the bar don't really is not really a bar.
Right, because our grandparents who did not go to any formal university, many of them went to what they call elementary school. They did better at life than many of us.
Right.
They went through their life debt-free. They didn't have no debt to pay. The little stress that they have, when they get the money, they don't necessarily worry anybody to go pay it.
Right.
So when they get the money, they can do what they have. They have their own house. Many of them, by they reach certain age, they can have a car. they care their vehicle, they care their houses, they start to pay the utility bill. And you now go through university, college, educated, and have to still live under their roof. Eh? I owe student loan. You owe student loan, you still live in your parents' house, you're working, you know, you have a car, which you're paying for. You are in a worse situation.
Further in debt.
Huh?
I know you're further in debt. That car put you further in debt. The house put you further in debt. Student loan debt. Everything is debt.
Right. And not to mention the ones who finish and can't get a job.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But with our grandparents now, many of them, they get a job. Those who didn't get a job here, then say, I'm going to do some hustling. They were the ones who used to start to run the community shops. Which I don't know how the system killed it out, but the system managed to kill them out, kill out the community shops.
Right.
These were the investments within communities which used to help our people in a certain way, because they provide little employment within the community. Many of them could make things within the community and sell back there in the community. So, you know, there was some amount of circulation within the community. But look like they do a study on the system and they say, how can we kill out these? Many of these commercial areas that were successful, who own them now? The Chinese.
Right.
Chinese own them now. Because we don't have a law that protects generational wealth within our people. We don't have that. But when it comes to the Most High's law for us, we have it there. We don't have it in Esau law. Esau law tell us out of many one people. This is you opening the door now for the predators. Because the Chinese don't believe out of many one people, you know. The Indians don't believe it. They come to you and they sing it when they think it will benefit them. You understand? So this is how the predator behaves. And it's just a matter of time before we start behaving like predator against them too. Right. Turn it right back on them. And it's gonna be righteous. All right, if we go to Deuteronomy 28.
28?
We can talk about, yeah, Deuteronomy 28. We can talk about us being a prey without actually talking about what help us to be a prey.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28. All right, read verse 1.
Gun. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So you keeping the Most High's law, all your barriers will be in place, right? Nation can come into your country and buy you out. Your laws to protect generational wealth is there. The law to protect you, the man, from a next man coming into your family and come and getting your woman to commit adultery. We have laws that protect us against that. You understand? All the barriers to keep us is there. And it is right there in verse 2. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, so the scriptures call them blessings. So these are the protective laws, and the good fortune, and what's the next thing that they call it again? Oh my gosh, positive affirmations and all them things, which is foolishness for us. You could get positive affirmations so much or so thin. You see, many of our people, especially those in Hollywood who come now and tell about, you got to do this and you got to do that and blah blah blah. When the white people who is above them listen to them, the only thing they can look at them and say, thou fool, thou fool. Don't even know that you are right where you are only because we allowed you to be there. Think of some successful actors. Give me one of them or two of them. Denzel Washington. Well, Samuel Jackson, yeah. Well, give me one officer if I had one.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. All these successful men in Hollywood, they only become successful because the oppressor allowed them to. But they will come and tell you that it's all within you. You'll have to do this and think positive and just set your goals and work at your goals. It's much deeper than that. And it's right here. So they have become taskmasters over them people only because the oppressor made them taskmasters over their people.
Right.
But there's another way to get your people to be successful if they keep the laws of the Most High God. Yeah.
So, okay, sorry, it has always made me wonder because when I look at these actors, and we have this guy they call, I think it's Les Brown is his name, the motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And when you listen to how they speak, it's like you're looking at our people and wondering how is it that just trying this doesn't work, and then it makes you want to believe now that yes, they speak these affirmations, give you these affirmations, but at the same time, is it this the only thing that you do to be successful, or is it something behind the scenes that the people we are speaking to don't know? As you're rightfully saying, the oppressor allow them to reach a certain level.
Of course. Then Les Brown now giving what they call it, motivational speech to in a hotel ballroom, our conference hall, full of white people. How you think he managed to do that? Is the oppressor allow him? Is the oppressor allow him? And to show you know that it is so, you know, if him going out the ghetto and start do that, what do you think they would do to him? Quick, you hear that he might have drugs. You hear that his wife left him. You start hear rumors about him, how much woman he molest. Well, that goes on not, you know. Right. They find ways to destroy. They would find ways to destroy him. If him start molest, get up. Motivate. If him start to motivate his people in the ghetto, then they find ways to destroy him.
Yeah.
All right, so drop down to 15 now.
Another one can, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Yeah, so you don't keep God's laws, it's just bad luck following him. And it has nothing to do with nobody obeying you or anything. That is how the Most High set it. Right? So you know, when the oppressors choose one to be is what's the word now? Chooses one to be is what's the word I'd use again? The overseer, taskmaster. Choose one or two or three or four to be his taskmaster. You might not be chosen. And those of us, our people who have not make it in Hollywood and so on, should be thankful for that. Because those you see them one who is in Hollywood rich or something, you know why they're rich? Because the Most High is not choosing them.
Right.
The Most High is not choosing them. The Most High is not choosing them to be on his side. He's allowing them to be taskmaster because he knows how he's going to treat the taskmasters. Continue. What you're saying?
Thanks, sir. Add to what you said too. It's usually the ones who did not make it in Hollywood normally have to come out and tell you how corrupt Hollywood is and how they want them compromise in order to be successful.
Right. They just don't, like Tupac. Tupac just did not have a stomach for the things that are happening in the industry.
Right.
You see a video with Tupac. Tupac said, one man, one person, $50 million. When he has his people going to bed hungry, that's not fair. Probably that was what got him killed.
Right. Gone.
Because such statement within their circle, if you're going to make a statement like that, be under the wings of command in General YAHANNA.
Right.
When you're under the wings of command in General YAHANNA, angels will protect you. You go and you make a statement. You can't do nothing. Right? But he was in the industry and he just have a disgust for one, the level of sodomy that was there and the level of unfairness. He could not deal with it. All right, so if you don't follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, bad blessing follow you. What we call curses. Drop down to 68 now.
Another one can, verse 68. Verse 68, I read 16, sir. Read 16 first.
Go on.
No, still okay, sir. Verse 16. Curse shalt thou be in the city, and curse shalt thou be in the field.
Right. So when that bad blessing take you in the country, and bad blessing take you in the town.
God.
So you ain't gonna work out. So you ain't gonna be able to provide nothing named generational wealth.
Right.
How many of our people now can show you things, anything of value that came from their great grandparents? Is this earth new?
La.
This earth is thousands of years old, right?
God.
Is our people new on this earth?
La, sir.
Our people have been multiplying and reproducing for thousands of years, right?
God.
So how comes we can't show you anything of value which came from our great grandparents?
Right.
From either side, either from the mother or from the father. You get my point?
Gone, sir. Yeah, man.
So we can't do this because of these predators that we are around.
Right. And to add to your point, all these other nations, they can show you things of value passed down from their parents. It's only we who are subjected to them who can't show nothing. So the maths are just a simple math. Like, yeah.
A Chinese man can show you one of them ancient, what they used to call them again? Chinese, China ware.
Yeah,
good. Show you ancient China ware, either a dish, a bowl, a vase, and say, you know, this came from my fifth grandfather or something like that.
Good.
Even a bowl they can show you.
Good.
Many of them can show you the land that they're on and said, my generation has been on this land for how long?
Okay. All right, this has been in my family for how much? Hundreds of years. Okay.
This has been in my family. All right. In England, among royalties, a lot of them families who were wealthy and influential from way back, they make a family crest.
Good.
And that family crest, like for instance, you would hear about the House of Windsor, the house of this, the house of that, and they have a family crest. And it passed on within their generation. In our generation, we used to have a staff that with the names of our forefathers engraved on it, that would pass on to our firstborn sons. Right? The firstborn child would get that staff. And along with that staff comes an estate. And you would hear them talk about their father's inheritance. Right? And we have moved away from the Most High's laws, which protects our generational wealth, and have gone to the Eden. This is why the scripture says we have trusted in broken cistern. What is the broken cistern? The house of Baal, which tell you that Baal is for everybody. You don't have to, you can eat pork, you can disobey God. Just as how the serpent tempted Adam and deceived Adam and Eve, and they fell from glory. Same thing come back and happen to us. Right? So these predators that we are around, they are the ones. So you take up a person's generational wealth, his family's inheritance, which if it is even the land, you know, because a lot of these people who you see knock about on the road, if they have a piece of land that they could just go and plant something, you think they would have to be so idling on the road? Yeah, you at least you can feed yourself. Right. You're hungry, boy. I wonder me have done a long back, man. Well, planting and shoot. Well, planting and fit. Can go cut 2 fingers of planting. I see coconut there on the tree. You know? And they say, no, but no mango time, no. But when you would have no generational wealth, you think you own a mango tree? Yeah. You don't own a mango tree. You have got and our laws even make way for persons within our society, persons who might not, who have fallen hard times. The law tell the rich man that those crop that you plant along the edges of your field, leave them alone for the poor man. Don't trouble it. It's for the poor. Right? So when the poor man, when you reap it, you know, the poor man can come and pick the edges. And you can't trouble him because it's law. Right. But maybe you can trouble him and say, yeah, you're poor, but make a different poor man get it. For whatever reason. But the point is, it have to go to the poor. A couple like a story, I tell you about this man who had an orange walk. Every day I'm going there, every day I'm going to orange walk, you see one madman in an orange walk, sit down in one of mango tree, in an orange tree, eating orange, you know. And he would sit down and peck the orange and eat him belly full. And he never trouble a madman. But you have one next man now who was a cokehead, he made so mad. Every day him going at the man orange walk. When him leave with crocus bag load. So the man now have to start shoot after him. But the man who was mad now, him going and him eating belly full. He don't even leave the walk with the orange. Him going and him eating belly full and him leave. The man never trouble him. And where can eat? They get him more belly full. And for the period of time when the orange is bearing, is one tree him always go and sit. And him still can't eat off all that is on that tree. So they just leave him alone. But the man who's going to come and steal the thing now, you know, him can steal the whole things from the whole fruit from the tree. and take it out by the bag, it means the danger. The predator do the same thing. Come and take all that you have and take it back to his land. All right, read Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Canada one gun. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So the exact thing that is happening to us, the Most High told us, if you keep on neglecting these laws,
right,
this is what is going to happen to you. You neglect these laws, you go and you trust into these people and these religion, they will not protect you the way I am going to protect you.
Right.
None of those heathen, none of those other nations that we are among don't have a law that says by law certain things from the rich belongs to you. None.
Right.
You are left to the mercy of these predators.
These other nations. Gone.
Come again?
Slakia, I said the other nations.
Yeah, these other nations. You are left to the mercy of them. Just like how the cop pull you over on the road, you are left to the mercy of him.
God.
All right, give me Judges 6 and 11.
Another one gun. Another one gun. This is the book of Judges, chapter 6, verse 11. And there came an angel of the Lord and sat under an oak, which was in Ophrah, that pertained unto Joash, the Israelite, and his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress to hide it from the Midianites.
Now, this was from the time of something BC, and the predators behave the same way.
Right.
They come in and they take what you have. It's just that today they are a little more cunning with how they take your things. Right?
Right.
They don't come and literally break down your walls and take away your things. They find other ways to come in the country and take the resources through money
out
of your country. But it is the same thing. The same way Gideon was stressing wheat by the wine press. Why was he doing that? It wasn't wine time, it was wheat time.
Right.
So the Midianites were going around searching the wheat houses and the wheat storerooms so that they could take away the wheat from us. This was the Midianite oppression. But because it is wheat time, they are not going to look in the wine press. So here we have Gideon now. Gideon just have to just employ a little bit of wisdom. But Gideon, before the angel even came to Gideon, Gideon was able to make a little connection between idolatry and the oppression that they had. Because him single-handedly used to go about in the city and burn down knock down these
altars
that were unto idols. That was how the Most High look and say, yeah, this is the right man I want to be on my team. And the Most High sent the angel to him. And the angel stay back and say, what's up, mighty man? Yeah, man, you are great, and thing, I said, really? Why? And if we so great, how comes we under them kind of oppression? I said, hear me, see me right here, so if I hide, I don't know. I said, no problem, man.
Good.
This is happening because the predators are out there. But somebody have to leave the gate open for the predators. Huh?
Which is our
Somebody
leader.
has to leave. Huh?
Which is our leader. Yes, sir.
Somebody have to leave the gate open so that and for the predator to come in. Jeremiah 23.
Another one gun. Another one gun.
So because of the very persons that are over us leading, you find that the predators come in, take what they want, and our people have to turn to a life of crime just to survive. All right, Jeremiah 23, starting from verse 1. Read 1.
Another one gun. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
Right. Woe means destruction unto you pastors that destroy the sheep, that destroy us, the people. Yeah, them pastors, when I tell them, say, we are Israelite, you know, how comes you not tell the people them that? No, man, the whole way have to go through the same door, man. Everybody have to come through Christ. I say, yeah, everybody have to come through Christ. But why you don't make the Israelite know so them are Israelite? No? That's not important. That's not important. But isn't there some promise in the Bible that is still for the Israelite them when to fulfill it? Yes. But why you don't make them know? They don't need to know. That's because they are evil. That's all the reason. They're just evil.
Right.
Verse 2.
Another one, verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord.
Right. So the evil of their doings is the repercussions that is going to come because of what they do. So the evil of, all right, they tell you that the laws are done away with, right?
Good.
So because the laws are done, they preach that. So because of that, what is happening now? Crime is on the increase.
Right.
Because if the law is done away with, then killing not really wrong in front of God again. Sexuality is on the increase. And they are plaguing the church.
Right.
Homosexuals are plaguing the church.
Right.
Adultery. So these are the evils of their doings, the things that is going to happen because of what they teach.
Right.
So what are some of the other things that is happening because of what they teach? The things that you see are happening to the people. They've been cocaine. Just a matter of time before you hear how much cocaine in the church. Trust me, they are there. Just a matter of time before you start hearing how much men that are real rapists, I'm not about child molesters now, you know.
Rapists. Downright rapists.
Downright rapists. Just a matter of time before you start see them exposed.
Right.
Well, the child molesters are being exposed. Those that are in like Kevin Smith, who's what do you really call him now?
Right.
Sickhead. Why more than us a sickhead? But I'm kind of sickhead because of what they teach in the church, and this is talk about not just the evangelical church, but those churches who help set the standard to where it is at now. Evangelical churches are just churches that is reacting to Christianity in general. But who set the foundation for Christianity? That was Rome.
Right.
That was Rome. And then these churches that you would call society church, they set the foundation. And the evils of the doings are coming right back at them. So it's just a matter of time before the whole thing come, every single pastor, the one evil find them out, and the church members are left to see. Because believe it or not, you know, persons who go into the church, they really want to serve God, you know. Yeah.
Right.
Israelite people, they really want to serve God. And because they want to serve God, that is why they do what the pastor say. Because they want to make it to the pearly gates.
And Slakia, sir. And it is so hard to tell them that the pastor is a liar because they wholeheartedly believe the pastor. And that is because of the zeal where them have, thinking that they are doing the right thing. You understand? Which is the zeal they should have being in the truth. And you know what I mean, rejecting every other lie is the zeal them have rejecting the truth from inside the Christian church.
Right. So this time is right at hand when these pastors are going to be exposed.
Right.
All of them. Every single one of them is going to be exposed. And then the flock is going to be scattered. And that is where, you know, Commanding General YAHANNA and the UPK will be there for the people.
Right.
And shortly after that, Christ will come.
Right.
But he did say that he was going to remove the tares from the wheat before he actually harvests the wheat. So we know that these false pastors are going to be exposed. All these fake Israelite groups are going to be, I mean, Purple Flag get exposed so many times and it's still full, ain't it?
Okay.
Exposed with homosexuality, cannibalism,
murder, human sacrifice.
What do you call this? You know, being like Judas, betrayal.
God.
But then tell us straight up, if you have a warrant and you come near, we will turn in and collect the money. You know?
Oh, you mean Slakia? You mean in the other Hebrew Israelite, the fake ones?
Yeah, the fake Hebrew Israelite. That's one of them saying that.
Right.
All right, verse 3.
Verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
Right, so here now what the Moses is telling you that these pastors that have scattered his flock, he is going to gather, after him visit the evils of their doings on them, he is going to gather his people.
Right.
And bring them unto himself. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord.
Well, there you have it. I told you. The Moses says he's going to bring them sin on them. Every one of them is going to be exposed. And then Commanding General YAHANNA and the UPK is right there to bring in the flocks. Bring in the flock to the Most High. Verse 5.
Verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Right, that is Christ riding in now, verse 6.
Another one gone, verse 6. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness.
Right, so we talk about Judah and Israel, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Verse 7.
Another one gone, verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
But
another one gone, verse 8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries which I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
They shall dwell in their own land. That is your generational wealth right there.
God.
That is you having an abiding city. Wherever in the world you go and anything happen to you, you know you have somewhere you can go back to.
God.
Right? So we dwell in, I mean, you think Jamaica is our own land? Why do you think so much of us want visa to run away? It's not ours.
Slovakia, there's a refugee crisis right now, Slovakia, at the US Embassy. With the long lines.
Which
visas.
Oh, the one. Exactly.
Gone.
Yeah. Seeking visas to leave.
Right.
Then it's not visit. They want to go and visit now.
They want to leave. All right, Slovakia, sir, I go come back in shortly. It seems like he might have some internet problem. But remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share on all social media platforms. You know what I mean? And also leave your questions and your comments in the comment section. All right? Yeah, but like sir was bringing up, you understand? We are going to get a land which is our generational wealth. This land here in Jamaica is not our land. This is a prison. You know what I mean? We were brought here to be slaves. You understand? So, no wonder why we suffer here in Jamaica. You understand? This is not the land that we were given by the Most High to inherit. So we remain poor here in Jamaica. And let me read back verse 8. And it says, verse 8, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country. You understand? And I think somewhere in Revelation also said the land of the north. This is talking about North America. You understand? This is talking about where our people were brought to serve slavery. The land of the north is Babylon right now, which is North America. And the Bible gives you these, you know what I mean, these clues as to what the Bible is talking about. You understand? Which proves that we here in Jamaica and our brothers in North America who serve slavery under the oppressor in North America are the real Israelites. You understand? But the pastors in the Christian church, which the Most High say, woe be unto them in verse 1. They don't show you this like what Sir that said. They don't tell the children of Israel that they are the Israelites. You understand? They ignore the fact that we are suffering because we break the laws of the Most High. That is the reason why we suffer here in Jamaica. You understand? Not because we not buckle up with shoe strap. Hey, our people here in Jamaica are some of the hardest working people. If you check any person who have to do hustle and bustle in the streets, you understand? Even the man will load bus, Bridging. Even the man will load bus. When you see him on him day to day, I work hard to get those passengers in the bus. You understand? So our problem is not working hard. Our problem in Jamaica is not that we work, you know what I mean? That we are too lazy. It's the fact that we break the laws of the Most High and the leaders that we have over us. You know what I mean? They don't tell us that that is the root cause. And they lead in these predators that Officer Abada one is talking about. These predators, these companies, you know what I mean? These international institutions that are run by our oppressors. Them come and them prey on us, these predators, and they become rich after we. And we remain poor, and we have to work hard, twice as hard as any of the other people who live here in Jamaica, which they say out of many one people. But the Chinese don't have to work as hard as we. The oppressor don't have to work as hard as we. You understand? The Syrian, the Indian don't work as hard as us. We work, we hustle and we bustle every day. Yo, if you check the man them will work on all a site. Yo, site work is a hard work, you know, Bridget. Construction work, you know. And look at the little bit of pay where them get. And some man do that for years. Of course, many of us have, you know what I mean, have habits that may contribute to our condition. They like drinking and all of them things there. But those habits come as a result of being oppressed. You understand? As a result of us being oppressed. But we have to work twice as hard as the other nations. Why? Because our history here in Jamaica is different from their history. Slovakia. Sir is back with us. Sir, you went out for like about 5 minutes. Slovakia. Yeah, hear me? Sir. All right, sir, still have some technical difficulties. But remember, like the video, subscribe. You understand? Leave comments and questions. You understand? Let me read back verse 8 again. Verse 8. The Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country. You understand? And from all countries which I have driven them, meaning Jamaica, meaning Trinidad, meaning Brazil. These are the places which Most High drove the children of Israel. You understand? And the main one is the North country, which is North America.
Yeah.
Salakia, sir, you back with us? Salakia. All right, let me just give sir. Yeah, hear me, sir? Yeah, hear me, sir?
Officer Kayad, what?
Can, hearing you loud and clear, sir.
And I see the thing about it's not hear me. Pick up
May I hear you, but it seems like you're not hearing me. All right, let me jump out of the stream and jump back in. Hopefully, those who are with us was hearing. Let me just jump out and jump back in.
All right, hear me now. Hello. All right. We have a check a while ago. What like you can't get nothing. All right, what we were reading from again? Jeremiah 23 and 8. All right, verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So we all know that it was Moses who took the children of Israel out of Egypt. But the Most High saying, the day is going to come where they no longer look. And that event, because they have another event for you to look at. Verse 8, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. So that is telling you that the Most High have a plan to remove us all. So basically, what we're saying, that all these that are plaguing our people within Jamaica here, and because they are pulling the economic substance, people, many of our young people have turned to for survival. Them want to turn criminal. Look at me. Me grew up in the same condition like them, and I didn't turn criminal. And you're just lucky. You're just lucky. And maybe you are one of the taskmasters, because you know, come up now, that is you being a taskmaster, right? But the Most High has plans to change all of that, right? So all his people need to do, just look back to him, and all the rules of us being, what you say now? Us being pray unto these nations, then we can become righteous people in the sight of the Most. Yeah, man, here, but here what no, me have a problem from my end. So I'm going to jump out and you close the class from your end.
All right, gone, sir.
Yeah,
no, sir. Yeah, loud and clear, sir.
All right, you can't just say the Lord's Prayer. You can't just say the Lord's Prayer and close out. All right. So from my end, I can I basically read the last scripture.
Okay.
To the point I'm making about Jamaicans, about Jamaica and its predators. It's too much, and it's killing our people, and it's leading our people to become into a life of crime. And the only thing that our government is doing, really, obviously the government is a part of it, because they have the army and the police force unleashed on the people. Why you can't unleash some commercial activities on the people and let them earn some money? You're turning them into criminals. All right? So from my end now, I'm going to say shalom. So you just close out.
Gone, sir. Yeah, man. All right. So remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, also leave your comments. All right. So we have to go to the security announcements. So look here. Let me get the before I start the closing out. Let me get the sign in and the sign out sheet for brothers who are, you know what I mean, doing their 90 days. You understand? Give me a second. And remember, we are expecting that you will come to class physically. You understand? There will be no 90 days if there is no physical appearance to camp or class. You understand? Because this is a brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's not the Christian church, or it's not an online course. You understand? Brotherhood. You understand? You must be willing to come on the battlefield with us. You understand? Yeah, man. All right, so the sign-in sheet and the sign-out sheet is now in the comments. We're gonna say the security announcements and then the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. All right. So these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara, 10% of every increase. The Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we're talking about the Feast of First Fruits, that is June the 12th, and we start before sundown. You can find this in the book of Leviticus 23, verse 10 to 22. Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say I-Marium, which means to stand. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in English, in Hebrew, and then in English. Sarwapanya Akwadam, which means turn and face the east. So you're going to turn and face the east. Abanawa, Shamashamayam, Kwadash, Shamka, Yahawa, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Aisha, Maharataza, Kawa, Bashamayam, Nathanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawabwat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawabwat Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Anawa, Manasaya Wan, Abal, our Shainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, La'aiwalamyam, Aman. In the English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. Amen. Sar, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. I-Marium Shabbat. I-Marium. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahawashai Barakatah. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. I-Marium Shabbat. I-Marium. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Ailatan Ba'asham Yahawashai. Yarimata. Class dismissed.